I'm attorney Matt Fendon. I'm a board certified workers' compensation specialist here in Arizona. If you're watching this on YouTube, please click the subscribe button so you can get all of our amazing and informative videos that we post in relation to your rights as an injured worker here in Arizona. So what I'm going to talk to you about today is your duty to look for light duty, light work that is. If you're hurt on the job and you're not taken off work by a doctor, it's your duty to look for light work. You cannot stay home just because you're in pain, unfortunately. The courts are going to say that you have a duty to look for work within your restrictions, and if you don't, then you're essentially forfeiting workers' compensation benefits for that period of time. I can't tell you how many times we talk to potential clients that have just stayed home despite the fact they're on a light duty status. You have to look for work. It's crucial to look for work within your restrictions. And then if your employer has a job available to you within your restrictions, you got to take it. As much as you're mad at your employer, you still got to take the job, okay? So the courts have defined light duty jobs that you have to look for as suitable and readily available. Well, what does that mean? Well, suitable means that it's within your restrictions, meaning that your employer can't just say, okay, you got to come back to your regular work if you've got light duty restrictions, okay? It also has to be a job within your education and training. So if you're on open labor market and your employer doesn't have something and you're looking for work, it's got to be within your restrictions. It's got to be something you could do based on your education and your training, okay? Don't look for jobs that you're not qualified essentially for. It's got to be reasonably available. So that means it's a job that's available on a regular basis. There's a number of positions available. It's a regular and permanent type job. It doesn't have to be a temporary job. What you have to look for when you're on the open labor market, meaning your employer doesn't have a job available to you, is a job that's regular and permanent, not a temporary job. They can't use a temporary job against you. And it also, the last factor in readily availability is that it's the employer would actually consider you based on your education, training, and work restrictions. So again, when you're hurt on the job, if you're on a light duty status, you have to go back to work, or at least try to. So if your employer has a job available to you within your restrictions, truly go back to work, okay? If there's a difference in wages, meaning you're not making as much as you were at the date of injury, then you can still claim a percentage of that loss in our system, okay? Number two, if your employer doesn't have a job available to you and you're on a light duty status, you need to look for work in the open labor market, meaning on Indeed or ZipRecruiter or wherever, but you have to look for jobs that are within your restrictions, within your education, within your training, okay? Thank you for watching this. If you need more information, go to our website, www.fendonlaw.net, or you can call us for a free consultation for workers' compensation cases, 602-562-9111 or 1-800-229-3880. Thanks again for watching.